Good morning to my unapologetically chosen family. This last month, man, I feel like, I let y'all down again. But every time I come back a little wiser, I come back a little smarter, and I come back with some information that I know that y'all can utilize. First things first, stop expecting yourself to be perfect. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Make room for yourself to have setbacks. It's like when I go through a setback or, I go through a challenge, I've noticed that it destroys me a little bit. You feel me? I may be seeing progress and I'm excited and I'm hype and I'm moving forward, but as soon as some things get out of alignment or some things don't go in the direction I felt like they should go, it's like I start to shut down, and that just let me know that my faith is not where it needs to be, and my relationship with God needs to continue to get stronger, because there are people that told me, keep God first and um, allow him to be in the forefront of everything that you do. And to be honest, that sounds good until you have to actually go through, things in your life. And I've been through life changing experiences that I know God is real, but building a relationship with him is constant and it's something that you consistently do. And to be honest, the moment that you feel like you don't need him anymore or you can do life on your own, that's when you'll quickly be humbled and you'll understand that nothing is possible without him. Even as far as me getting on this camera, I told y'all before, it's like the inspiration, the ideas, everything just came to a halt, and I'm trying to figure out why. But it's because I put too much attention on, making videos. I put too much attention on trading, and I put too much attention on things that I want to do. Now, don't get me wrong, faith without works is dead, but you can't be putting in more work than you are connecting with God, because at the end of the day, you're not allowing your success or your progress to go through him. You'll quickly realize that when life challenges come, you're not able to do anything on your own. You're not able to move forward without that backing. And I'm so glad and I'm so thankful that I have people around me that can challenge me and people around me that can make me aware of when I'm slipping. I've been carrying the camera around with me, but I haven't been recording and I haven't been posting. And my sisters, my brother, my mama, my mom, they've been telling me like you slacking, and I'm not one to make excuses, so I'm not sharing everything that's going on throughout my mind and the different changes that I'm going through. But it just reminded me, you trying to figure things out on your own. You trying to basically dictate and plan your future yourself instead of putting it in the hands of God. And to be honest, I realize even when I don't have everything figured out, um, when I allow God to really be in my heart, when I allow him to have my attention and have some of my time, I realize that even when I may be in the midst of uncertainty, there's a calmness. There's a part of me that is okay with however it goes. And I just want to say, like, nobody or no one or anything can fulfill that void inside of your heart. Build your connection and build your relationship with God. And to be honest, he's going to make you whole. Even the reason for me being super ambitious, from the start, I can tell y'all it wasn't necessarily all for the right reasons. Of course you want to make sure your family is good. Of course you want to make sure you're set. But, reasons outside of that are probably things that is self-centered. The ultimate purpose of being here, it's outside of yourself. I felt like a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish, it was just for me and my family. But I'm understanding that, all the pain and all the tribulations and everything that I'm going through is meant to, be a light to someone else. And I didn't always think of it like that. I was feeling like if it didn't have a dollar involved or it wasn't benefiting me at the time, you feel me, I felt like it was a waste of time. But I'm understanding life don't work like that. You feel me? Life doesn't work like that. And it only takes you going through, situations in life where you'll understand that every day is a problem to solve. Every day somebody is going through a situation that may be worse than yours. So you can't always just look at yourself and look at your situation and feel like you the only one that's going through something, or you the only one that has problem to fix. That's not the case at all. Every day is an opportunity to learn. Every day is an opportunity to grow and become better. And to be honest, out of all the years of my life, this might have been one of the roughest time periods, just as far as me coming into a season where things wasn't going, how I expected them to go, and me feeling like I failed and me feeling like things didn't work out. But like I told y'all before, there's no such thing as failure if you don't stop, if you don't quit. And I felt myself coming to a breaking point where I just felt like I was, giving up. But at the end of the day, giving up and quitting, that's not in my blood. That's not in my makeup. I understand that it was a season, and I understand that, I need to show up and basically just show y'all the journey throughout our lives, and what's going on, even if it's not the prettiest, even if we're not feeling the best, because people need to understand, people need to see that, people need to use things like this to be inspired and understand that, it's not all peaches and cream. When you look at the internet, or you look at what people show you, it may seem like everything is glit and glam. And to be honest, nah, that's not the case. You have those doubtful days, you have those challenging days, you have those days where you don't feel like doing anything, or you feel like your plan is not going to work. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. And to be honest, in order for you to get through those days, it's important that you keep God first. It's important that you put your plans and your desires and everything that you have inside your mind, give them to Him. Feel me? No matter how much you feel like you got it figured out, no matter how much you feel like you can do this thing called life on your own, I'm letting you know there's going to be a season where you're humbled. There's going to be a season where you're redirected. And to be honest, the whole start of this year, just let me know that. I never shared this story with y'all, and I don't even really talk about this, but in the beginning of this year, I had made a good amount of money in one of my trades, and I was so excited and I was so anxious to get into the next trade that one day I was in the middle of my prayer, I was in the middle of my meditation, and an alert had went off as a buying sign or a buying signal for me to get in another trade. And when I tell y'all, I got up out of my prayer, I got up out of my meditation to go put that in. And at the time I knew it wasn't right. At the time I knew that I was moving out of order. You're never supposed to stop your time with God to go make some money, because at the end of the day, He could provide all of that. He can give it to you, He could take it away. But fast forward, I ended up losing all that money that I put in a trade. And to be honest, it totally destroyed me. And when I say destroyed me, it just took my energy away. I felt like I didn't want to record no videos. I didn't want to do any more trading. I basically was trying to find, another route to gear into. And I had to realize that it was my fault that it turned out like that, because I don't care what opportunity or what situation is in front of you. There's no way that, you put God on the back burner, or, you interrupt what's most important to go make $1, or just even let, money control you in that way at all. You feel me? To a certain extent, when I'm looking back, it's like I was still chasing the money, still chasing $1, and that's the wrong mindset to have. That's the wrong mindset to have. And to be honest, these are still patterns that, I'm unlearning, and things that I'm going through and experiencing to just open my eyes and make me realize what's most important in life. Your relationship with God, your family, and, your purpose and why you're here. And everything else is going to be taken care of. I just had to, let y'all know that, because during the times that I've been away, it's been nothing but me just reflecting and me trying to figure out how I'm going to continue to keep pushing, how I'm going to continue to keep moving forward and, creating. Because at the end of the day, like I told y'all before, it's not all about making money. It's not all about making money. God didn't put us here just to make money. You being caught up in this world, you can, get caught up in that, because that's what everybody is doing. People in survival mode, they may not have money, so that's what's being pushed onto you. The scarcity mindset. You need money. You need money. If you don't have money, you're nothing. You feel me? It's a shortage of money out here. You got to get to it. in actuality, that's what's putting us in that space where we're not able to fully live. We're getting distracted because once you put God first, all of that other stuff follows. You feel me? I don't know if I told y'all this, but it seems like in life, when I stopped working as hard and started praying more, that's when things seem to get easier for me and my family and all of us. But it's like if time goes on, I started to veer away from that and start to move towards what's comfortable. And to be honest, that's why I have been discombobulated, because that's not the direction that he wants me to go. That's not the path that he has me on. You feel me? I need to keep putting him first. I need to keep acknowledging him and, allowing him to guide my footsteps instead of me moving in a way where I feel like everything is on my type of timing. And I know this can sound repetitive, but it's so real, and it's the season of life that I'm in. So that's the only thing that I can really speak about. I've been still doing a day-to-day task and routines and working on myself, but it's been more so me being in my head. And to be honest, I can't allow that to keep going like that. That's the power that I have to guide my mind and stay structured and stay focused on what's most important. So if y'all take anything from this video, man, keep God first, and allow yourself room to grow, and be okay with being uncomfortable. If you continue to do things that's the same, you're going to end up getting the same results, and that's not what we're here for. We're here to just to evolve, grow, and experience life to the fullest capacity. And I hope that y'all are hearing me. I hope that y'all are really understanding what I'm saying, because it's real. If you don't take heed to it, life will definitely have a way of showing you, and helping you understand it for yourself. But with that being said, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. We out. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for more vlogs. Let's get it.